Now, part of having a Celtic festival is to do a little bit about Irish culture. And one recurring part of Irish culture is an old-fashioned Irish wake. Now, how many people here have been to an old-fashioned Irish wake?
Not your own.
No. No, not your own.
Is much, much less fun than someone else's.
Well, see, when my grandfather passed, they didn't use a wake house or anything. They just kind of put him in the living room on a couple of sawhorses and laid him out until it was time for him to go to the hereafter. And there you go. There's one who's been there. Anyway, this is a nice little tune that talks about such an Irish wake.
True story. Truly story.
The night that Paddy Murphy died is a night I'll never forget. The mourners all got roaring drunk, and they're not sober yet. As long as the bottle was passed around and the lads were feeling gay, till O'Leary came with the bagpiper, the music for to play. Mrs. Murphy in the corner was pouring out her grief, till Kelly and the lads, them dirty robbing thieves, they crept into the anteroom and a bottle of whiskey stole, and they placed the bottle on the corpse to keep the liquor cold. And that's how they showed their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they showed their honor and their pride. And they said it was a sin and a shame, and they winked at one another. Yet everything in the wake house went the night Pat Murphy died. At 3 o'clock in the morning, some dirty, blue-eyed scamp wrote upon the coffin lid, "Herein lies a tramp." They stopped the clock so Mrs. Murphy wouldn't know the time, and at 3:15, they told her it was 9. Then all the lads got merry, and they didn't give a tread, and Mrs. Murphy said she wished the whole darn gang was dead. Of all the sights I've ever seen that filled my heart with fear, they took the ice right off the corpse and put it in the beer. And that's how they show their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they show their honor and their pride. And they said it was a sin and a shame, and they winked at one another. Yet everything in the wake house went the night Pat Murphy died. 'Twas early in the morning when the funeral left the house, and everyone but poor old Mrs. Murphy was half soused.
She was completely soused.
They made a stop along the way at the Blarney Stone Saloon. They went inside at 9 o'clock and didn't leave till noon. Then someone asked old Mulligan if anyone had died. "Well," says he, "not quite sure. I just came for the ride." They headed to the graveyard, all walking in the line. But when they got to the grave they'd found, they'd left the corpse behind. And that's how they show their respect for Paddy Murphy. That's how they show their honor and their pride. And they said it was a sin and a shame, and they winked at one another. Yet everything in the wake house went the night Pat Murphy died. Yes, everything in the wake house went the night Pat Murphy died.